First satellite images emerge of the Belaya Air Base in Irkutsk region after yesterday's strike. The first pictures right now, we'll put that out for our viewers, shows 3 destroyed Tu-95 bombers, 1 destroyed Tu-22M3 and 1 damaged Tu-95. The second image reveals 3 destroyed Tu-22M3 aircraft. Yesterday, at least 13 strategic bombers were destroyed at various airfields deep inside Russia. We're getting you the details of the satellite imagery you see on your screens at this point in time. These are first satellite images which emerge of the Belaya Air Base in Irkutsk region after the strike yesterday. I'm going to go straight across to India Today's managing editor Gaurav Sawant, tracking that very, very closely. Gaurav, before I talk to you a little more about the Ukraine, essentially about Ukraine's attack against Russia, which clearly has, I think, in many ways, changed the rules of the battlefield engagement. But before that, just explain to us these pictures that show the extent of the damage there, isn't it?
This is the most audacious attack
Yes.
mounted by Ukraine on Russia yet in a war that's been on for over 3 years. It's the deepest strike yet. And the fact that drones were in containers loaded on trucks barely a couple of 100 meters from these air bases, and then the top of those containers came off, and hundreds of these drones, or the FPVs, the first person view drones, they took off and with pinpoint accuracy went and decimated aircraft that cost billions of dollars, and these drones cost just a couple of $1,000. That just goes on to show, one, the plan which was perfect, and the execution of that plan which was perfect, which really has set Russia back. Now, by some accounts, according to Western media, the losses in this attack that took place at 5 different air bases was over $5 billion. Some say between 5, others say $7 billion is what the Ukrainian government assesses the Russian loss to be. Because if you've lost 40 strategic bombers, and these are long-range bombers that can go deliver both strategic in terms of your nuclear bombs or your conventional bombs, but can carry up to 20 to 30 tons of weapons, can fly 16 to 18 hours non-stop, and then deliver this cargo. They have caused significant damage in the past in Ukraine. They were likely to be used for another operation, and yet Ukraine was able to prevent and carry out this strike. So it's a huge setback. And as you see in these images that India Today has accessed, apart from the FPV or the first person view drone images, you also see satellite imagery that shows where these aircraft were parked and how the drones went and crashed into them. It's a huge loss for Russia.
Absolutely. Now, we're talking about the loss for Russia, essentially, in the manner in which Ukraine has struck. But Gaurav, even as we speak, there are peace talks which are underway between Ukraine and Russia. What's the very latest that you can tell us about those peace talks which are underway? What next?
So the peace talks are on. Both sides have a condition. It remains to be seen how this moves forward. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has gone on record to say that he's ready for unconditional. He's ready and willing for unconditional, ceasefire. However, what's the fine print? He's lost more than 25%, between 20 to 25% of his territory. Is he okay with losing that territory and then having this? Is Russia okay with it? There are some reports that seem to indicate that Russia has already planned its strike back. There are some reports, and we're waiting for verification, that Russia will strike back. The manner remains to be seen, because this is a huge loss. One, financially; two, to the prestige of Russia; and three, all along, it does indicate, while Ukraine has been at great pains to insist that this is an operation which was undertaken 100% by Ukrainian forces, by their secret service and their special forces, there are indications within Russia that seem to indicate that they suspect that this was a wider NATO game plan, and in case NATO has been a part of it, whether those countries assisted Ukraine in this attack, then the counter attack God forbid, could be even more severe if the counterattack does include European countries that are a part of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Then we are truly looking at the beginning of World War III.